Fiscal third quarter results from Cisco are in. I'm Cory Johnson, Futurum Group's chief market strategist here in New York City. Looking at these Cisco results and listen to the conference call. And the stock market loved these results. The results were not great. How do you make sense of that? It's all about expectations. Wall Street loves a beat or a miss, and this was a beat. This is better than Wall Street expected. Things have been getting worse for Cisco, but they're not getting that much worse, and that was seen as a positive. The stock trading up. $12.7 billion in revenue is down 13% on a year-over-year basis. And $1.9 billion in profits. It's a lot of money for one quarter, but that's 41% less than the company made, the $3.2 billion they made a year ago at this time. And that's despite doing this big acquisition of security provider Splunk. But let's look a little bit deeper into the numbers here. First thing to know, of course, revenue growth stalling or slowing for this business, down 13% on a year-over-year basis, as I mentioned. And that's a big concern. And the real reason here is networking. When you look at the sum total of all the businesses this company is in, networking still dominates. Security is now 15% of the business, but networking is 72% of the business. So networking took a nosedive, down 27%, but security, good news there, up 36%. You'd hope so with the Splunk acquisition. But that business was already growing without Splunk. Now with Splunk, growing so much better, very solid growth in the security business. And the number that I saw that was really encouraging was the 63 days of inventory. The pressure on inventory is easing for Cisco. It's not great. It's kind of the worst it's been in a very, very long time, but not any worse than it was last quarter on a days of inventory basis. And indeed, the inventory is actually down. And on the conference call, Chuck Robbins, the CEO, said that the business was, in fact, the inventory in all of their businesses was getting better on the customer level, taking some time, but getting better. So as a result, how did the stock do? The stock went up, as I said, up 5% in after-hours trading. And 5% is good because 5% today in after-hours trading is equal to the entire result, the 5% gain of the previous year. So put them together, you've got a stock that's up 10% on an annual basis. Half of that happening today. Yeah, that's it. And when Chuck Robbins was asked about what these results tell us about what's going on in the broader world of information technology spending, he said customers are still making some tough choices.
We didn't see any different behavior from our customers during this quarter than we'd seen. They still are ruthlessly prioritizing what projects they spend money on, where they spend their IT dollars, but we didn't see any fundamental shift in the macro.
So ruthless decision-making by customers, this sounds worse than The Bachelor, worse than the single scene out here in the streets of Manhattan. But Cisco, things getting a little bit better, even as their results declining in kind of every way, security especially. But what's one number I want you to remember for this entire thing, the number that tells you a whole lot? I'll have that right after this.
The Drill Down is brought to you by Futurum Group, where analysts, researchers, advisors, content creators, and marketing experts help business leaders anticipate and understand shifts in their industries and build strategies to leverage disruptive innovation. With deep analysis, Futurum Group's extensive industry experience delivers reliable research and data, thought leadership, and actionable advice to help you with your strategy and go-to-market efforts. Futurum Group.
Fiscal third quarter results from Cisco tell us a whole lot. The stock market liked it. The results are not great. How does that make sense? Well, first the numbers, $12.7 billion in revenues. $1.9 billion in profits. Revenues are down 13%. Profits are down 41%, despite the acquisition of Splunk in the quarter that was finally completed. So the security business did okay, but the networking business did not. It's such a big part of this company, and that's the one number that I want you to remember, the number that tells a whole lot, the drill down earnings bite. Negative 27%. That was what happened to revenues on a year-over-year basis in Cisco's networking business. And that tells you the whole story, really. All right, check me out at Cory TV. Lots more drill down earnings there on the X. And of course on YouTube, check out the Futurum Group's webpage. Drill down earnings, part of 6.5 Media.